What are we gonna do tonight, O.C.G?
Well, the same thing we try to do every night, Bertrum. Take over YouTube. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to Obsessive Compulsive Gaming. I am the Obsessive Compulsive Gamer, joined once again by my faithful manservant / Bucktotem Bertrum. Say hello, Bertrum.
Hello, Bertram.
And this is my review for 2 flat-chested women and a kangaroo.
2 flat-chested women and a kangaroo? I don't think that's what this game is.
Shut up, Bertram. I can't remember what this game is called, so for the purposes of this review, I shall be referring to it as 2 flat-chested women and a kangaroo. Understood?
Uh-huh.
Good. So, if you wouldn't mind, dear viewer, don't you dare forget to subscribe to this channel and like this video. So, 2 flat-chested women and a kangaroo was released in 2022. A year I remember fondly as the year I got into an actual boxing match with a kangaroo.
And who won?
Who won? Who the hell do you think won, Bertram?
The kangaroo?
Yes, the kangaroo. So, I know exactly what you're thinking, dear viewer. What the hell is this game? Well, I'm so glad you asked. Now, this is one of those platformery action RPG type games.
RPGA?
Yes, that's what I said, Bertram. RPGA. Which is like the old PGA Tour games, in absolutely no way. So, in this video game, we play as 2 flat-chested women and a kangaroo who set out on a quest to, obtain sigil artifact things and, stop a bad guy who's a wizard disguised as the mayor of the town who may or may not have something to do with the blue-haired fat? Who might have something to do with the blue-haired, flat-chested women protagonist that we play as. It's a lot of RPGA nonsense, but it gets the job done, and apparently this game is a prequel to a game which releases next year.
What game that releases next year?
2 flat-chested women and a kangaroo, 100 heroes, of course. Don't ask stupid questions, Bertram. So, gameplay. Like I said already, this has platforming, this has RPG elements, and yes, this indeed does have some action. But not the kind of action you would find on late-night television or pornographic websites. Get your mind out of the gutter, dirty viewer. Naughty. Very naughty. So you'll traverse locations including a town, the woods, a snowy place, a place on bloody fire, caverns, a quarry, all of that jazz. And you somewhat hackhead / enemies foolish enough to get in your way. And yes, there might even be a few boss fights that get in your way as well. So while controlling 1, 2, or even all 3 of the protagonists that I mentioned already.
What protagonists?
Why, the 2 flat-chested women and kangaroo, of course, Bertram. So, what else can I tell you about the gameplay for this game? It's a platform... No, already said that. It has some RPG. No, already said that. It has action, but not like. Oh, no, already said that part. Well, guess that's it for the gameplay. So we covered story, we've covered gameplay. What else do we need to cover? Except for that raw chicken I've got in the kitchen. That's for Sunday's dinner. No, what do we have to cover in this review? Well, I already hinted that you can play as one or two or even all three of the protagonists, but you're probably wondering how? How can we do that without using 1, 2, or 3 different gaming controllers? Well, that's because you can swap to each of the controllers with just the press of a button. So you might be fighting as one of the flat-chested women and decide, ooh, I need to bring in that kangaroo bastard. He's got a big massive sword that would be quite helpful for this boss fight. Well, you press a button and in comes the big kangaroo bastard.
And is it the same kangaroo you lost your boxing fight to?
Shut up, Bertrum. And yes, if you must know. So you'll be spending most of your time in this game exploring areas, platforming, fighting, leveling up, buying more weapons, leveling up your weapons, leveling up your armor, buying freaking ingredients, making meals, putting buffs on your characters, healing your characters when they take damage, or accidentally sit on a cactus instead of sitting on the toilet seat. You know, the usual gaming shenanigans. But what did I think of this game? Well, it was rather fun. Rather reminded me of those Vanillaware games. You know, they also are kind of 2D actiony RPG games. Except the female characters in those games have far bigger breasts than the characters in this one. But being the raging homosexual that I am, I could care less about breast size. But for some of you other gamers out there, that might be a concern for you. So overall, this is a pretty good RPG experience. Therefore, I declare that 2 flat-chested women and a kangaroo is very good. So there you have it, dear viewers, another splendid review from yours truly. If you enjoyed this little review of mine, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. If you haven't enjoyed it, well then feel free to give me a thumbs down. But please remember the single most important thing I always tell you, dear viewer, and that is to always stay obsessed with gaming. Say goodbye, Bertrum.
Goodbye, Bertram.
Are you still here? Oh, you must have really enjoyed this video then. In that case, you had better subscribe to the channel and check out our other content. Otherwise, you're a booby pants, and no one wants to be a booby pants.